Alright, welcome to the video for lesson number 4, the dilations off the coordinate plane. So essentially similar to what we started to do in lesson number 1, where we're taking a figure and we're scaling it and making it bigger or smaller. Now, in this lesson we were specific as to looking at just things that were lines and line segments. And in the homework assignment, the first thing that I asked you to dilate here was a ray. So first thing we do, just like we did with the 2 or 3 examples that we did in class, we're going to draw straight lines through A and B from point O. The reason why we're starting from point O is because point O is the center of dilation. The next thing that we want to do is make some marks. So I'm going to measure the distance from O to A and make a mark. I'll then make another arc to double the distance, another arc to triple the distance, and then one more arc to get to that scale factor of 4 that we were looking for. This new location we're going to call A prime. I'm going to do the same exact thing from point B. So if I take a look at point B, open this up, it's a little bit more further away than A was. So then we can make a mark 1, double it, triple it, and lastly we'll quadruple it or make it 4 times the size. Oh, look at that, my line was quite not long enough, so we'll just make it longer. I can do that very easily. You would have to do that with your ruler, but same thing works there, just extend it with your ruler. We will then call this B prime. And then again, using our straight edge, we can make a ray. Now notice, point A was an endpoint, so it's going to continue being an endpoint. Point B was not an endpoint. Notice the arrow went past point B, so my ray is still going in that same direction. Now, right below this, there are 2 questions that I asked you to answer. So the first one asked us, is this still a ray? The answer to that is yes. It has an endpoint and a arrow. What is the relationship between ray B and its image? They are parallel to each other. There's nothing else that we can say. We can't say it's 4 times the length or anything like that because rays don't have lengths. They go on forever. Next question says, what is the relationship between segment AB and segment A prime B prime? Now, when we add the word segment here, the word segment is just talking about the piece from A prime to B prime. It's not talking about this extra little part here with the little ray piece. So because of that, I know that the relationship between those two, other than it being parallel, is AB times 4 is equal to A prime B prime. So A prime B prime is 4 times the length of AB because of the scale factor of 4. Let's look at the last one. The last one asks us to dilate a circle by a scale factor of 3 using its center as the center of dilation. So the first thing that we had to do for that was we had to choose a random point on our circle, doesn't matter where, and call it, we'll say, point A. Then we want to take a line and draw a ray from the center of dilation, which just so happens to be the center of the circle, through A and extend it on so that we can make the circle 3 times as big. So if we go through and use our compass, we then can open up our compass, so it's the distance from O to A. Make a mark, that would be 1. Another mark would be 2, and then one more mark would be 3 times as big. So that new location we'll call A prime. Now, it wants us to dilate the circle, not just the radius, which is what we've done. We've made the distance from O to A, the distance from O to A prime, 3 times the length. Well, to create a circle, I want to put I want to put our compass centered back at the origin, or not the origin, sorry, the center of the circle, and open it up to this new point A prime that we just found and make a circle. That circle is now going to have a radius 3 times the length of the original circle. Now, the last question that they asked us about here is very important. What kind of circles are formed? We talked about this in class. I said the word. I don't know how many of you wrote it down or not, but these are what are known as concentric circles. Helps to spell right. Okay. If you're able to do all of that, you're in really good shape for our class lesson today. I will tell you, those of you that are watching this video, you are definitely going to get a quick quiz after this lesson, lesson 4. So expect right before we start lesson 5 to have a quick quiz, maybe something similar to something we did in class or something we did in a previous lesson, but expect a quick quiz tomorrow. Best of luck, and hopefully you are all watching these.